At the risk of sounding like a broken record, you know,
Provide value.
to me, sales is always a transfer of emotion, right? So like I find that if you can function more as a, you know, as a consultant and being helpful, you'll go a lot further than trying to be like a salesperson in terms of like a certain line or script or what have you. People right now are, you know, under a period of uncertainty that I don't know that they want to be necessarily preyed upon. So this is a great time to just simply be helpful. And if they require, you know, the services of an attorney, of yourself, then, you know, perhaps mention that and recommend it. If they can do it themselves, then perhaps be helpful there. You'll generally find that there's a large majority of human beings out there that have zero desire to do things themselves, even if they can do it absolutely for free. I mean, they just want to make sure that, you know, they trust you, that you're a credible expert, that they know you're going to do this right, and they'll happily pay the money because we're a culture that's based on convenience. You know, we want things on demand. We want things like we don't want to like sit there. Like I'll give you an example. These those PPP loan documents, and you were just talking about spending 3 hours filling out. If somebody came out and basically said, okay, for $1,000, I will not only complete this thing, I'll find you a bank that'll take it and you can pay me when it's accepted and the loan clears. You know, pay out of that. Cool.
Oh,
done. You know, no problem, right?
I'll pay double to get to the front of your line.
All right. So that's what I'm talking about. I think that's really the biggest thing, and like how you convert someone on Zoom versus in person. I mean, if you're looking at them face to face, I find the webcam helps, right? So like you're actually seeing the person. But it just be a human being. I don't want to oversimplify, because I used to hear things like this and I was like, well, that's great, but that's not really helpful to me. Like I want something tactical, but I've just found that, you know, oftentimes we overthink what we need to do to be successful, rather than just focusing on our clients and supporting them in the best way possible.
I think a lot of times lawyers, in terms of, you know, conversion rates, it's funny because a lot of times, and I have a slightly different opinion on this. But what I try, like, I'll first start off by saying, when left to my own devices, I am a horrible salesperson. I will basically give away every service that I have for free, and I'll tell you all of my secrets in, you know, in terms of how to do this myself, how you can do this yourself if we're on a sales call. But I've kind of gotten pretty decent at getting people to hire me. Let's just put it that way. When I'm on sales calls, and what I realized is that. I heard a phrase. So somebody gave me a quote a couple of years ago, and they said, "He who talks the most makes the least." And it's really interesting. And basically what I realized is that if I just shut my mouth and keep asking questions and just let them tell me all their problems, then eventually, you know, because you got to remember, people only tell problems to people that they trust. So if you basically just keep asking them questions and just keep saying, "Oh, how do you feel about that?" Or "Tell me a little bit more about that," or, you know what I mean? Then what happens is they just keep talking, they keep talking, they keep talking. And you can typically, they'll start to trust you more. And everyone's favorite subject is themselves. And that's just true. Everyone's favorite subject is, I mean, my favorite subject is myself. Everybody loves the sound of their own name, you know? So like, if you can use those two things and just kind of understand that, you know, if you let them talk about themselves and you ask them lots of questions that will keep them talking about themselves, then they will basically, you know, eventually hire you.